various colleges and institutions. Very good morning to everyone, and we welcome you to the International Symposium on Internationalization of Higher Education Institutions at Home and Abroad. The inauguration program will be chaired by Professor H.K. Laldin Puy Fente, who is also the Director of Office for International Affairs, MZU. She is a professor in Psychology Department and was the head of department for 2 terms. She is a Fulbright Fellow. She received her Fulbright Nehru Scholar Senior Research Fellowship in 2013 in the Psychology Department of Princeton University. I welcome Professor Fente, and she will be doing the introduction and felicitation of our guests.
Good morning, everyone. This International Symposium on Internationalization of Higher Educational Institutions at home and abroad is a long time coming. We thought of this at the beginning of last year, and it is after almost a year that this has come to fruition. And we are so glad that we are able to do this. May we have a clap for that, please? Thank you so much. Internationalization has become a crucial aspect of higher education, with institutions increasingly seeking to foster global perspectives, enhance cross-cultural understanding, and prepare students for a diverse and interconnected world. In India, the National Education Policy 2020 envisions attaining highest global standards in the quality of higher education. Striving to realize this objective, UGC has developed guidelines for internationalization of higher education. Through a wide array of activities such as internationally relevant curricula, brand building of Indian higher education institutions abroad, academic and research collaboration with foreign universities, credit recognition under twinning arrangements, global citizenship approach, and engaging with foreign alumni, these guidelines provide an excellent opportunity for global outreach of Indian higher education institutions, the higher education institutions. So with this fervor, higher education institutions in India are called to come forward to take up various initiatives directed towards internationalization of higher education in the large interest of the students and enduring educational goals for the nation. This symposium explores the importance of internationalization both within domestic higher educational institutions and through international partnerships and initiatives, focusing on the following aspects on internationalization of higher education to enable the academia and all the stakeholders of higher education to better equip and execute the multifaceted dimensions of internationalization within the higher education landscape in India. Internationalization at home and abroad will try to address curriculum integration, diversity and inclusion, language learning, global engagement at home level, and at abroad level, international partnership, study abroad programs, dual degree programs, etc., and research collaborations. Now, many of you, or most of you, will have the program sheet. However, we are not exactly following the program sheet because, as you would know, the election has suddenly been announced. And so therefore, although we were hoping, or although we were confirmed by the Chief Minister's Secretariat as well as the Minister for Higher and Technical Education, we are not able to have them here today. However, in their places, we have our special chief guests as well as special guest of honor. It is, I would not say unfortunate, we are fortunate because we have already, the speech already made by the chief minister, who was so eager to come. At the first invitation, both of them said that they will come, but I think the office of the chief minister as well as the higher and technical education will have something to say later on. Without going much further with that, I would just like to tell you all that we are going to adapt the situation. When Mizo people or Mizoram was visited by the first, we would say maybe international visit. In the olden days, they found the Mizo people to be very adaptable. And today, Mizoram University, although it is a central university, it is in Mizoram, and we were found to be good at adapting to situations. So we will be adapting to the situations today. So now let me introduce and do the felicitation. The introduction of the symposium was that I have just given, and I would like to introduce to you all our guests as well as do the felicitation now, because some of us here have come from a long, long way, especially sent on official duty by the Ministry of External Affairs. So I'm very, very proud to address the people that I have over here. So in welcoming them and felicitating them, I would like first to call upon our Honorable Vice Chancellor to do the felicitation, because the directors, this task to be done by the director alone is, it's not enough. So we're going to call our chief guest as well as our Honorable Vice Chancellor to do the felicitation, please. First, yes, I would like to call upon P. Muanpui Sai Oi. She is the Indian Foreign Service. Yeah. She is Joint Secretary at the Ministry of External Affairs. Before she speaks, she will be thoroughly introduced because we have a lengthy one, and we're going to shorten her CV also, because she has been far and wide in the world. So we will do that later on. And I will do those on the dais first, and of course somebody far away, but who is very, very instrumental in the development of the Manual for Internationalization of Higher Educational Institutions in India. Professor Sushma Yadav, she will be joining us later on. So we will introduce her at the time that she is called, because of the technical situations that we have over here. So I would like to call upon the Honorable Vice Chancellor again to felicitate Pu Vanlal Dinafan Ai, ICAS, who is the Commissioner and Secretary to the Chief Minister of Mizoram. He is here in place of the Honorable Chief Minister of Mizoram. Pu Vanlal Dinafan Ai, ICAS. Thank you so much. And of course, our very special guest of honor, Puke Lal Mangai Izwala, Joint Secretary, Higher and Technical Education Department, Government of Mizoram. He is here in place of Dr. Vanlal Thana, the Honorable Minister for Higher and Technical Education. Sir, Vice Chancellor, sir, I would like to ask you again to do the honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairman, for your warm introduction. I would like to call upon our Honorable Vice Chancellor for the welcome address, but before that, like our Chairman have mentioned, all the guests on the stage or on the dais, every personnel, have a very long biodata or a very long introduction. So I would like to briefly introduce our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dibakar Chandra Dekha. He is the 5th Vice Chancellor of Mizoram University and officially joined his office on the 1st of May 2003. Professor Dekha attained his BSc Honours degree from Cotton College, MSc from Guwahati University, MTech and PhD from IIT Kharagpur, postdoctoral diploma from Tokyo Institute of Technology, Japan, Research Fellow and DSc from Guwahati University. He is credited to be the first DSc in chemistry from Guwahati University. He is also a member of the Research Board for Advisors. He was elected the President of All India Association of Chemistry Teachers for 3 years. In recognition to his services towards chemistry, he has been awarded FRSC by the Royal Society of Chemistry, London in 2016. He is credited with nearly 70 research papers and published in reputed international and national journals. I welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor and invite him for the welcome address.
Namaskar, good morning, Shiva. Our distinguished guest on dais and my colleagues on dais and in audience, all invitees from different colleges, principals, my colleagues, and dear students. It's my pleasure for welcome all of you to this international symposium on higher education with respect to internationalization of higher educational institutions. We have a large number of dignitaries, invitees to address this seminar, especially in this inaugural session. And one of them will be in absentia, she will be online. So first of all, I would like to welcome Professor Sushma Jadhav in absentia, who is the Pro-Vice Chancellor of Central University of Haryana, as has been said by the Director of International Affairs, Mizoram University. She will be addressing all of you in online. We have a good number of dignitaries present today in dais. First of all, two of our ministers from Mizoram were supposed to be present here. And as you know, because of election model code of conduct, they could not come. Our today's chief guest was supposed to be Chief Minister himself, Professor Laldu Huma. He could not come, as it said. And he will be represented by his Commissioner and Secretary, Laldina Phanai. So I welcome his Joint Secretary, Vice General Secretary, Mr. Juala. He is present on the dais. I welcome Mr. Juala to this international inauguration function of this international conference symposium. We have a distinguished achiever lady here on the dais. She is Srimati Muanpui. She is the daughter of Mizoram. Now she is the Joint Secretary in the External Affairs Ministry, one of the IFS from the state. She is present with her husband and also mother and daughter present here. I welcome Srimati Muanpui along with her husband, Mr. Sharpa, who is also an Joint Secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs. The most achiever couples, distinguished couple, and also their mother is present here. I welcome all of them to this inaugural function. I welcome all the distinguished participants present in the audience, and all, of course, I welcome all my colleagues on dais, off dais, and also all the students. I think, as I can see, hall is almost full. I'm really glad to see all of you this morning. And finally, in one line, I welcome all of you, whether within Mizoram, outside Mizoram, or from abroad, to Mizoram University campus. Today weather is also very good compared to last 1 or 2 days, and very clean environment. Well, I thank the director, Professor Fante, who has been working hard with her group to organize this seminar for quite some time in the last couple of months, and this has been materialized today. This is an all-important international symposium, as all of you know that I think many of the principals also present here who are directly connected with internationalization or implementation of NEP 2020. And what I can say very briefly, I will not take much time. We have very good speakers here, some of the whom we would like to listen. In short, my view is that science and education cannot be confined to a particular place or particular institution. Language, culture we may have many languages, many culture. As we know, India is a unity in diversity. Naturally, we have many hundreds of languages, and I think more than 20 is recognized in the constitution. Now, at this moment, probably 24, 25, whatever may be. But apart from that, we have more than hundreds of languages all over India, maybe around 600 or so, as I know. So, our language, and we have also diversity in culture, that can be a little bit confined to ourselves. But the knowledge, learning, and the science cannot be confined to a particular state or particular country. It has to be global, internationalized. So there is no boundary for knowledge, and we should share each of us, and it should be more we share, more it spread and make us learned humanity to work for the service of the humanity. So with that idea that internationalization has been emphasized a lot in the NEP 2020, which has been officially declared, started implementation from 2019. And so, but we are on the process of all our institutions working on that line, how to make that. Secondly, one thing is that In the last couple of years in India, we have a large number of universities, about 1,000 universities and about 40-50,000 of colleges. But hardly any of them could figure within even 500 educational institutions all over the globe. So our government was emphasizing why not some of them develop at least to some international level. Unfortunately, that some good signs are coming. I think last 2-3 years, one or two institution has come up within the mark of 200 or 500 like that. So I think with efforts from all of us, if we work together, certainly our educational institution will achieve the past glory of our motherland, India. As you know, India was one of the ancient country and which achieved its educational institution to the internationalization. As you know, in the 5th or 6th century BC, 5th or 6th century BC, in this land, there were universities like Taxila, Nalanda, so many things, people from history, geography, they know it. In the 5th and 6th century BC, that means nearly 3,000 years ago, we had a educational institution, learning institution of international standard, which is we can learn from history that pilgrims from China like so Huensang, Paiyan visited and stayed for years in Nalanda University. So they learn here. So that speaks about the volume about our past glory, that our educational institution like Taxila, Nalanda, there are a few more which achieve international standard those days. Probably those days, see 3,000 years ago, but probably those days, I think Cambridge, Oxford, which are well-known international universities, they were nowhere. They came much later than those days. But unfortunately, those past glory we lost due to many factors, major factor being the invaders who invaded India, ruled for hundreds of years, and then they destroyed most of our past glory. Now, it is our responsibility, present generation, that we work together to get back our past glory as a learning place for all the people all over the globe. Our students, in the last many years, our students go for seeking for higher learning, good education to abroad. It is not only for visit abroad, but they go for, because degrees from Cambridge, Oxford, or in many universities and Harvard, etc., in abroad are well recognized. But but ours are not well recognized, because when we want to get admission to those institutions, they have additional examination test on us. But if somebody come from Cambridge, Oxford, or Harvard, we never question them. Just welcome and take admission here and give lecture here. But they question us whether you are up to the mark or not. But that is something not very good for us. So that's why internationalization of higher educational institution is very important in India. We want not only quantity but also quality. So we must improve. Along with the quantity, number of institutions, we must increase the quality also. So it is our responsibility, those who are directly connected with principal, vice chancellor, directors, professors, all of us has a big responsibility to implement under NEP 2020, particularly internationalization and along with others, of course, in a true sense of letter and spirit. So with these few words, I'll cut short my speech. I welcome all of you again. Namaskar, Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. An important announcement or something that I would like to convey to the audience. Over here in this gathering, we have our research scholars, PhD scholars, and we also have the students, the undergraduate students from the colleges, represented from all the colleges of ISOL under the higher and technical education, those that are affiliated to Mizoram University, and of course, all the departments in the Mizoram University, 40 or so are represented here. And here we have the incentive, because when we knew that it was difficult for many people to come from abroad and from other places in India also, you know, we knew that we were going to save a little bit of funding that we got from the university to do this symposium. So therefore, the organizing committee decided, you know, to incentivize our students to think internationally. You know, so we are going to give incentives for the research scholars, 20,000 on a draw of luck for support of your international papers in international journal. And also for the master students, they've been doing in under NEP 2020 implementation, all the master students are also required to do research dissertation. So in order to encourage them to write and publish at international level, we are also going to give them the opportunity to win 15,000 rupees. And also the bachelor students, they have their projects, research projects, and they can also write at international level. So all the 10,000 rupees incentive for the undergraduate students that are here. I hope you all have written your area of interest, you know, for research or to write a paper. Share what we have here, not only in Mizoram, but in the rest of the country, to the international audience who will be able to read, you know, who you will be able to reach out to through your international publications. So in order to encourage you all, the organizing committee has made these provisions for you all. And something that I'm really itching to do is to call out our other special guest, Puchiring Sherpa. I know he's giving me the face, but then, you know, I cannot, because he did not stand before. So just like to him to stand, Mr. Chiring Sherpa. Yes. Yeah. He is. I know that he is not here on official duty. That is why we are not putting him here. But he is here with Mwanpuyi Sai Oi to support her, and it is so good to have you here. And of course, Rini, the daughter. Will you stand up, Rini? Everybody would like to see you. Yeah. Thank you so much. And of course, last but not the least, Mrs. Lalming Liana Sai Oi. Everybody would know at least her name here. She is the wife of Mr. Lalming Liana Sai Oi, one of the first Mizo IAS officer, the wife of one of the first Mizo IAS officer. P. Nupuyi, please. We would like to see your face. Yeah. Thank you so much. They are here to support and Muanpui in support of our symposium as well. And I'm so happy that Professor Sushma Yadav, she's the keynote, she will be giving the keynote address soon. Of course, she will be properly introduced, but as a director, because I've been in touch with her a long time before we had a changeover of the members of the University Grants Commission as well. During her time as member of the University Grants Commission, we had the Manual for Internationalization of Higher Educational Institutions that is to be followed by the all the universities in the country. This was drafted, and she was one of the most important people that was consulted in drafting the manual that we have now. And we are so happy to have her. At least she was going to come here, but her university is to be visited by the very important academically group at her university in Haryana. So it is very, very dicey. We looked at the, the weather, and we knew that there is something going to happen over here today also. It's raining, and so it was very risky to come here, yesterday and then leave today in order to receive her guests at her university tomorrow, because the big event is going to happen in her university tomorrow. So we could not take the chance. And so that is why she's not going to be here today in person, but she is very much here online, right from even before that we started, I think. So I would like to ask our compare, to continue with our program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, respected chairperson. As mentioned, we will call upon our keynote speaker, Professor Sushma Yadav. Before that, I would like to briefly introduce Professor Yadav. She is presently a Pro-Vice Chancellor at Central University of Haryana, member of Justice K.G. Balakrishnan Commission of New Delhi. Prior to this, she was a member of the University Grants Commission, New Delhi, Vice Chancellor at Bhagat Pul Singh Mahila Vishwavidyalaya, Sonapur, and a Pro-Vice Chancellor of Indira Gandhi National Open University. She was a topper of Delhi University and has published and several research papers in national and international journals. She has played significant role in planning, implementation, and evaluation of policies and academic activities as Chancellor's nominee, Visitor's nominee, and a member of Finance Committee, Academic Council, and Executive Council of a number of central and state universities. Professor Yadav is a recipient of many prestigious awards. To name a few, I would like to mention just 3 of them. Savitribai Phule Rastriya Shiksha Suman, which she received in 2023, Women Empowerment Award in 2023, and Women of the Year in 2019. While we regret that our esteemed keynote speaker cannot join us physically today, we are deeply grateful for her unwavering dedication and commitment to share her expertise with us. She is joining us virtually, so let us extend our heartfelt appreciation for her flexibility and determination to contribute to this important dialogue on the internationalization of higher education institution. So I would like to call upon respected professor to deliver her keynote speech.
Professor Yadav has a little bit of a connectivity issue, so without waiting, she will come afterwards. So without waiting, we will go on to the next.
Then I would like to call upon our keynote speaker, P. Muanpui Saioi, and a brief introduction before her speech. Muanpui Saioi is an Indian Foreign Service officer of 2005 batch. She received the Ambassador Bimal Sayal Gold Medal for Best Probationary and Silver Medal for Best Thesis during her training. She studied in St. Anne's High School, Mumbai, and St. Xavier's College, Mumbai, where she majored in psychology. Her compulsory foreign language is Korean. Her first posting was in Seoul. She served as Undersecretary and Deputy Secretary from 2013 to 2014. She served as Director of the Vivekananda Cultural Center and also looked after the press and education in Embassy of India in Tokyo from 2015 to 2018. She served as counselor in the Embassy of India in Tel Aviv from 2018 to 2020. And then from 2020 to 21, she served as director, and she then served as joint secretary from 2022 to 23. During that time, she was the chair of the group of governmental experts on the United Nations Registrar of Conventional Arms. She has also been joint secretary, and Moanpui speaks various languages like Mizo, English, Hindi, Korean, and French. She can also speak basic Spanish and Hebrew as well. So without further ado, I would like to call upon P. Moanpui Sayoy.
Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mizoram University, Professor Dibakar Chandra Dekar, thank you for inviting me. And a special thank you to Professor Laldinpui Fente, Director OIA, Puva Van Laldin Van I, Commissioner and Secretary to the Chief Minister, Puke Lal Mangaizwa, Joint Secretary, Higher and Technical Education Department, Government of Mizoram, Professor Sushma Yadavji, distinguished faculty and dear students, ladies and gentlemen, Tibai Ule. It is my honor to participate in this international symposium on internationalization of higher educational institutions at home and abroad. I personally have never studied in Mizoram, as I am a Mumbai University product, but I am a Mizo, daughter of the soil. I am so happy to be here. Since I represent the Ministry of External Affairs, from our ministry's perspective, fostering international collaboration in education is a very important pillar of Indian foreign policy and a powerful vehicle of promoting the nation's soft power. At the heart of the National Education Policy 2020 is a bold vision to promote India as a global study destination, offering premium education at affordable costs, thereby reclaiming our historical role as Vishwa Guru or global teacher. This vision is grounded in a pragmatic approach that can leverage our rich intellectual heritage, our diverse cultural and academic ecosystem to attract students and scholars from around the world. Mobility of scholars across national borders is not a new concept for India. It has existed for centuries. The other objective, of course, is to achieve the three fundamental values of the education policy: access, equity, and quality. The terms globalization and internationalization are often used interchangeably, but they are distinct concepts. Globalization is the increasing interconnectedness of the world through cross-border movement of goods and services, which includes education, capital, people, and information. Internationalization, however, is a process where higher education adds a global perspective into its core missions of teaching, research, and community engagement or service to society. For example, globalization has led to companies operating across borders and hiring international workforce. However, to prepare graduates for these global workplaces, universities need to internationalize their curricula, facilitate student exchanges, and international collaboration. Why is internationalization important? Well, imagine the very narrow worldview that would be promoted if the students of Mizoram are exposed only to their local perspectives. By internationalizing education, we are preparing them to thrive in our increasingly interconnected world, allowing them to appreciate diverse cultures, languages, and ideas with ease. Internationalization of universities is therefore a strategic priority today. How do we go about internationalizing education? There are two ways of doing this: internationalization at home and abroad. There is also a third approach. It is a hybrid. Internationalization can start right at home, within our institutions, right here in Mizoram. We can promote multiculturalism by welcoming students from different backgrounds, offer diverse curricula by adding international and intercultural dimensions, incorporate global perspectives into courses, host international guest speakers or events, and facilitate interaction with international students on campus. And I'm very happy to hear that we have some international students, even in Mizoram University, through the Indian Council of Cultural Relations. And also I hear that we have other students in some of our other colleges here in Mizoram. The aim is to ensure that students benefit from international experiences without necessarily traveling abroad. Internationalization at home is like opening a window to the world within our educational institutions. It's about embracing diversity, breaking down cultural barriers, and promoting global connections. Internationalization abroad involves initiatives where universities reach out to students and scholars across the world. Examples are credit mobility programs, where students study abroad for a semester or a year, or at the branch campuses established in different countries. The focus is on providing international experiences for students through activities that take place outside of their home institution. UGC has mandate on the multifaceted dimensions of internationalization of higher education, which I shall quickly delineate here. Universities as important learning centers will inculcate values of the 21st century, obtain skill sets required to meet global industrial demands, reach up to quality standards, and create global citizens who can adapt to different teaching and learning styles as well as diverse cultures. Creating global citizens. One of the foremost qualitative change is fostering global ethos within our universities and making our learners global citizens. That is someone who is aware of and who understands the wider world and actively works towards making our planet more equal, fair, and sustainable. NEP 2020 aims to make our young generation of learners aware and understand global issues and make them truly global citizens committed to human rights, sustainable development, and global well-being. Promoting India as a global study destination. The approaches to promoting the internationalization of higher education in NEP 2020 involve facilitating student and faculty mobility, establishing international partnerships for research, easing the processes through which institutions can enroll students from around the world, as well as the feasibility of carrying credits across institutions in multiple countries. Not only are we promoting education in India, but higher institutes of repute in India are opening up campuses abroad. IIT Madras has launched its Tanzania campus in November last year, and IIT Delhi will soon be inaugurating a campus in Abu Dhabi. Then another point is on information and communication technology. Due to the borderless nature of ICTs, new possibilities in process and delivery of higher education have the potential to transform the internationalization process. For example, addressing the concerns for access and equity through massive online open courses and virtual partnerships with foreign experts in workshops, webinars, and conferences. Academics and research in HEIs. Wide-ranging and interlinked global challenges such as food security, energy security, infectious diseases, etc. need solutions, and for solving problems which are deep and complex, transdisciplinary studies involving an intermix of ideas is the answer to the calling. Faculty education, continuing professional development for the faculty and mentoring them, enhancing their competencies and skills and upgrading them. Brand building, A systematic brand building campaign by the HEI is needed for attracting students from abroad with all forms of communication and outreach, including social media. Alumni network. The alumni are a strong support to any HEI which can contribute to academic matters, student support, as well as mobilization of resources, both financial and non-financial. And as I have mentioned, the foreign students that we have here, I would encourage you to keep a database of all the foreign alumni who have studied here and keep in touch with them because they are a very rich resource for you. Thus, innovative approaches will benefit the HEIs in framing intercultural and international curriculum, providing international exposure to our students through mobility, extending international competencies in students, faculty, and staff, promoting institutional strength through collaboration, and developing international institutional branding, and most importantly, improve global ranking in internationalization indicators. The emerging areas of research in the field of internationalization of education have been inclusiveness and diversity in education, ensuring quality in the processes of internationalization and building sustainable synergies and resources to create global citizens for the future of the world. Thus, we need to ensure that HEIs internationalize on a competitive basis on a level platform rather than remaining at the receiving end. But why should we care about internationalization beyond academia? Education isn't just about gaining knowledge. It's about shaping responsible global citizens and promoting holistic education. All these will in turn boost the soft power of the nation. By exposing our students to different cultures and perspectives, we promote empathy, understanding, and peace in our society. Issues like brain drain come up again and again, and rightly so. But to counter that, brain gain is recognized as the flip side. When students return home after studying abroad, they bring back valuable skills, knowledge, and networks. This brain circulation enriches our society, driving innovation, economic growth, and cultural exchange. Having said that, in all this, one of the major soft spots of higher education and the internationalization aspects is the quality aspect of education. And as our Vice Chancellor said, in ancient times, why did scholars from across the world come to India to study at universities like Nalanda and Takshashila? Because the quality of higher education provided here was supreme. It is equally important that HEIs attend to quality assessment and assurance to maintain international standards of education. The NEP 2020 focuses on attaining the highest global standards in the quality of higher education. Internationalization is not an end in itself, but a driver of qualitative change in higher education. So how can this be done? To attract more international students in India, HEIs require that the academic quality of incoming students as well as the quality of education offered must remain excellent. Instead of merely encouraging the enrollment of a large number of international students in various universities and colleges just to improve the ranking or earning, that is not good enough. It is essential to ensure that the quality of education imparted is high and that the international students who come here are genuinely attracted and interested in the learning and acquiring skill rather than just getting a degree at relatively low cost. The internationalization of HEIs in India is not merely a strategic imperative, but a moral and ethical imperative that embodies our collective commitment to excellence, inclusivity, and global citizenship. With the spirit of collaboration, innovation, and social responsibility, let's work together to build a brighter future for generations to come. Internationalization in higher education is a journey towards a brighter, more interconnected future. By embracing diversity, fostering global connections, and nurturing a sense of global citizenship, we pave the way for a more inclusive and harmonious world. Even after I became an Indian Foreign Service officer, I myself took on the role of a student while learning my compulsory foreign language, which was Korean. I was learning in the Language Institute of the prestigious Seoul National University. I had the unforgettable experience of actually spending time with Korean university students, talking to them in Korean, sharing meals with them in their cafeteria, and seeing campus life through their lens. I was impressed by their rigorous study schedules, coupled with their part-time jobs to help pay for their living expenses. I must say that my 1.5 years studying Korean in university was a life-changing experience. It opened up my perspective towards the Korean society, from which I benefited greatly, and it made me a better diplomat when I later transitioned to the workplace in the Indian embassy. Also, I was able to interact with our Indian students who were there on campus, who were studying various subjects, some on the science and engineering courses, some on humanities. And I would like to say that wherever I've been abroad, I've always interacted with our Indian students. And our embassy reaches out to them. We consider their welfare. If they have problems, they reach out to us. And many of these students, they go on to excel. And you may have heard of big names of big companies, such as Sundar Pichai of Google and Satya Nadella. I mean, these people are those who have studied in India, but they went ahead to study abroad, and they've made a name for themselves, and they are contributing back to society. Then I have also had the privilege of working very closely in universities wherever I have served in Indian embassies, including Tokyo University, Korea University, Hebrew University, University of Tel Aviv, to name a few. Not only did I interact with the Indian students, but as part of my official duties, I had many outreach activities to the universities, to the faculty, professors, and especially those departments that taught Indology, Hindi, Sanskrit, Buddhism. I particularly enjoyed the interactions with the students from those countries as well, not just the Indians. For example, the Japanese students would present their plays and performances in Shuddh Hindi at the Indian Cultural Center in Tokyo, where I held charge as director. We would also hold entrance examinations and interviews for the scholarships offered by the Indian Council for Cultural Relations. ICCR administers various scholarship programs annually and awards about 3,000 plus scholarships under 21 different schemes to foreign students from about 180 countries to come and study in India. Amongst these 21 schemes, 6 are funded by ICCR from its grant, and others are administered on behalf of MEA and Ministry of Ayush. The courses offered for studies are for undergraduation, post-graduation, and PhD levels. Each academic year, ICCR has about 6,000 plus of its foreign scholars who are studying at various central and state universities, institutes, NITs, and agricultural institutions, etc., including here in Mizoram. I am happy to hear that Mizoram University has advanced cooperation with many universities abroad, and I would like to encourage you in making such connections. I am also delighted that there are international students here from Africa, Asia, and neighboring countries in particular. Since it's a central university, there is no need to specifically seek clearance from the Ministry of Education. However, it is always a good idea to seek clearance from the Ministry of External Affairs through the territorial division. Since I'm in the ministry, I can always be copied, and I will be happy to facilitate any follow-up with the territorial division. And a word of caution to any institute of higher learning that intends to cooperate with foreign institutes, especially on higher research, on very sensitive and emerging technologies such as additive manufacturing and other dual-use technology would have to apply for a license, which is called SCOMET, and it's under the DGFT of the Ministry of Commerce. My final remarks are addressed to the students and faculty of Mizoram University that as higher education in India gets more internationalized, as it becomes more professional, we should also rise up to the need of the hour to have a magnificent vision for ourselves and our Mizo society. I want to make an audacious and bold statement. You can be anything that you want to be. It all starts in a dream, it all starts in a vision. But you have to have the burning desire and you need to have the will to follow through on that desire with single-minded focus. Let me focus on some of the strengths that are inherent to the Mizo people. Our Mizo society is unlike any society I have seen in all of my travels around the world. We have the unique value of Tlomgaina, which is a code of conduct where one puts service of the society as a very high priority. From a very young age, through participation in church and community activities, we have an innate sense of service, organization, and an understanding of hierarchy of command. We have many opportunities to develop public speaking and developing leadership. All these characteristics and the fact that Mizos have a very high literacy rate make the Mizo youth very employable. Where we could improve is we need to widen our horizons. We need to step out from Mizoram. We need to go to the mainland and if possible abroad. There are many scholarships that you can apply for, including the National Overseas Scholarship, which is a central scheme under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Every year, 20 fresh ST students are given scholarship for pursuing master degree, PhD, postdoctoral courses abroad. We must get out of our hesitation to communicate in English and Hindi. We don't have to make our grammar perfect in the beginning. We don't need to have perfect pronunciation. Whatever we know, just use it, because as we use it more and more, as we get over our fears, then we will get better. And now we have many tools at our disposal, including the internet, to help us improve our skills. We need to dream big and to work towards achieving these dreams. I continue to urge our Mizo youth to strive to appear for civil services exam. And I encourage you to watch the movie 12th Fail, about the life story of my own batchmate. His name is Manoj Sharma, an Indian police officer who struggled so much with his education, but through sheer determination and hard work was able to achieve his goals. And we don't just stop at competitive exams. There are many, many more avenues to pursue and excel in, such as the private sector, academics, design, innovation. The world is moving so rapidly. There are so many avenues. And the strength of the country and its human resources lie in the innovation, and nowadays digital, and the buzzwords are artificial intelligence, quantum, new and emerging technology. So please think beyond your small confines of what is comfortable out here. And I will end with a quote by Malcolm Forbes where it says, "Education's purpose is to replace an empty mind with an open one." The theme of this symposium is to think internationally, think globally, and therefore I invite you to open your horizons, make a global connection, contribute back to the world, to your country, and back to your society. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pimwan Puyisayo, for your incredible perspective, and your insights have shed light on the pivotal role diplomacy plays in facilitating the internationalization of higher education institutions. And on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express our sincerest gratitude to the Ministry of External Affairs for their invaluable support and the importance they give to the symposium. We have a very special guest of honor, Pu Kelal Maizwala. He is the Joint Secretary of Higher and Technical Department, Government of Mizoram. He joined Mizoram Secretariat Services in 2002 batch. I would like to call upon Mr. Kelal Maizwala for his speech.
Respected Madam Chairman, Professor Aldin Pui Fente, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Mizoram University, Professor Dibakar Chandra Deka, Mr. Vanaldina, ICAS Commissioner and Secretary to the Chief Minister of Mizoram, Professor Susma Yadav, Pro Vice Chancellor, Central University of Haryana, Srimati Muanpui Sai IFS, Joint Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, Professor Zaitan Zhao Pachul, Director, Center for Distance Education and Online Education, MZU, all the professors and scholars, national and internationals, who attend this symposium, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to you all. I'm very privileged to be here in this international symposium on internationalization of higher educational institute at home and abroad, organized by the Office of International Affairs, Mizoram University. At the onset, I would like to extend my heartfelt apologies on behalf of the Minister of Higher and Technical Education, who unfortunately could not grace this event due to the enforcement of the Model Code of Conduct for the upcoming 2024 Lok Sabha election. Again, I must express my regrets for the absence of the Principal Secretary of Higher and Technical Education Department, who could not attend the program as he is out of station at the moment. Today, as we gather here, we embark on a journey to explore the critical theme of internationalization in higher education. This symposium provides us with a platform to delve into the intricacies of fostering global engagement and collaboration within our educational institution. At Mizoram University, we recognize the importance of embracing international perspectives, experiences, and partnerships to enrich the educational experience of our students and faculties. The internationalization of higher education is not just a slogan, it's a strategic imperative in today's interconnected world. By integrating global perspectives into our curriculum, promote cross-cultural exchange, and forging international collaboration, we can prepare our students to thrive in an increasingly diverse and interconnected global community. Throughout the course of this symposium, we will explore various aspects of internationalization, including best practices, challenges, opportunities, as well as issues. We will hear from esteemed speakers and experts who will share their insights and experiences in navigating the complexities of global engagement in higher education. As we deliberate on these issues, let us also reflect on the broader implication of internationalization for our institution and society at large. How can we ensure that our efforts to internationalize higher education are inclusive, equitable, and sustainable? How we can leverage technology and innovations to overcome barriers, expand access to global opportunities for all students, regardless of their background or circumstances. At Mizoram University, we are committed to advancing the internationalization agenda in collaboration with our partners both at home and abroad. The Higher and Technical Education Department aims to work closely with Mizoram University and its affiliated colleges to promote internationalization while adhering to the principle outlined in the National Education Policy 2020. Together, we can create a more inclusive, diverse, and globally engaged higher educational ecosystem that empowers students to become global citizens and leaders of tomorrow. To conclude, I would like to express my gratitude to all the participants, speakers, and organizers who have contributed to making this symposium a reality. Let us seize this opportunity to learn from each other, exchange ideas, and chart a course towards a more globally connected future for higher education. Thank you, and I wish you all a productive and enriching symposium ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Kelal Maizwala, for sharing us the insights of Higher and Technical Department. And now I would like to call upon our special chief guest, Pu Vanlaldina Fan Ai, Commissioner and Secretary to the Chief Minister of Mizoram. He is the Indian Civil Account Service of 2002 batch. Mr. Laldina.
Thank you. Madam Chairperson, Professor H.K.L. Dinpui Fente, Director OIA, Professor Dibakar Chandra Dekar, Vice Chancellor MZU, Professor Sushma Yadav, Pro VC Central University of Haryana, who is joining us virtually, and my esteemed colleague from the Foreign Service, Pimwon Pui Sayoi, Joint Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs. Professor Zai Tanzawa Patsuo, Dean, SFAA, FT, and my young and not so young friends in the audience. At the outset, I convey the regrets of the Honorable Chief Minister, who despite his eagerness to be here in this function, could not do so because of constraints due to the invocation of the Model Code of Conduct. So on his behalf, I extend my felicitations on this day. I am honored to stand before you today at the Symposium on the Internationalization of Higher Educational Institutions at Home and Abroad, organized by the Office for International Affairs, Mizoram University. Our topic holds immense significance as it not only shapes the trajectory of our educational institutions, but also propels the progress of our society on a global scale. We are living in an era where the boundaries between nations are becoming increasingly blurred, and our world is more interconnected than ever before. In this dynamic landscape, collaboration and the exchange of ideas across boundaries are not merely advantageous, but essential for progress. India, since time immemorial, has been renowned as a hub for higher education, and in today's world, contributes to the global talent pool with numerous competent CEOs and professionals serving in multinational companies worldwide. Our prestigious institutions, such as the IITs, IIMs, medical colleges, and universities like the Mizoram University, produce a highly skilled workforce, earning them international acclaim as world-class institutions. To further this achievement, India's new Economic Policy 2020, in its recommendation, underscores the importance of internationalizing the education system. As part of this initiative, the UGC has developed guidelines for the internationalization of higher education. The objectives include making India a desirable study destination for foreign students, enhancing international competencies among faculty and students, and strengthening ties between India and foreign educational institutions. As a result, all universities in the country are required to establish international affairs centers on their campuses. Mizoram University has taken the proactive step to establish a robust international affairs center on its premises, aligning with this nationwide mandate. It is frequently remarked that Mizoram finds itself situated in one of India's furthest corners, nestled in a remote geographical location. Indeed, our state is uniquely positioned, bordered by Myanmar in the east and Bangladesh in the west. This geographical setting immerses us in an inherently international environment, fostering multiculturalism and cross-border connections with our neighboring nations. To leverage the advantages offered by a distinctive location, there is a compelling case for the internationalization of education. Mizoram University stands poised to play a pivotal role in this endeavor, harnessing the richness of our cross-border interactions to enhance educational opportunities and foster global perspectives amongst our students and faculty. To me, internationalization of higher education refers to the process of integrating international, intercultural, or global dimensions to the purpose, functions, and delivery of post-secondary education. It goes beyond merely attracting international students or sending our own students abroad. It encompasses a holistic approach to curriculum development, research collaboration, faculty exchange, and cultural immersion. It will enrich learning experience and develop cross-cultural communication skills, adaptability, and a broader understanding between them. Internationalization of higher education is not just a trend, but a necessity in today's globalized world. It is an investment in our collective future, enabling us to tackle our shared challenges and build more inclusive, prosperous society. Let us embrace this opportunity and work together to create a brighter tomorrow for generations to come. To conclude, on behalf of the government of Mizoram, I extend my congratulations to the Mizoram University and my best wishes for further deliberations in the course of the symposium. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pumadina, for sharing us their wonderful insights.
Yes, before we go on to the next item, that is the vote of thanks, I would like to try one more time to get Professor Sushma Yadav, because what she's going to speak about is extremely important, and of course the others are also important, but because she was very, very instrumental in developing this manual of internationalization for higher educational institutions in the country. What she is going to convey is extremely important, not only for Mizoram University, but all the colleges that are represented here, because I would like everybody today, later on in the technical session, the director of our internal quality assurance cell, Professor Diwakar Tiwari, will be chairing, and will be talking about how NAC accreditation as well as the NIRF ranking is important in order to be a part of the very big development in internationalization of higher educational institutions. And all the higher educational institutions here in Mizoram, affiliated under Mizoram University, are here from Aizawl. It is quite unfortunate that we cannot call everybody from the other parts of the state. However, at least all the colleges in Aizawl are represented today, and we would very utmostly think that it is important that all of us are instilled or inculcated, especially the IQACs, because we all have the IQACs in the our colleges also, that in order to be a part of this development that is going, we need to have our NIRF ranking, we need to have, improvement in our NAC accreditation and all of that. So, so what Madam Sushma Yadav is going to bring, it's going to be an eye-opener. Although we have the manual, there is nothing like, hearing from the people who wrote the manual for us to, follow in the country, not only in Mizoram Uni. We're only just a small part of this internationalization, and it is not only us here in Mizoram that is tuning into this symposium. Directors and vice chancellors of all the universities in the universities have been given the link for this symposium in order to listen in towards improvement of our internationalization at home and abroad through our Honorable Vice Chancellor since day before yesterday. So a lot of people are wanting to join, and it is very important that we get Madam Sushma Yadav to speak. So we are going to try one more time to get Professor Sushma Yadav to speak. However, if it is just not possible right now, we will go on ahead with our vote of thanks from Professor Zaithanzava Patswao. And of course, during the break, and we have lunch for everybody, for the students, for the teachers, everybody. We will break for lunch, and during that time, our technical people will be able to solve. And of course, because later on in the afternoon, we have the University Grants Commission, Dr. Archana Thakur, Joint Secretary of University Grants Commission, is going to come online. And from the Association of Indian Universities, Joint Secretary Sri Dagar will be online too. And then we have from the Indian Council for Cultural Relations joining us also. And you know, a whole lot of discussions. And of course, we have our international students here. You know, they're going to be talking about their experiences, how fortunate they are to be international students, and also the challenges that they are facing. It is only here at Mizoram University and at Patsunga University College, which is the constituent college of Mizoram University. A whole lot of them are represented here also, besides all the colleges in the city. The principal is also here. You know, so because the NIRF ranking is very, very important, like I would say. And whenever we get applications, we usually get applications, over 200 applications from international students across the world. And it is now only that at Patsunga University College that we can place the undergraduate students because of the NIRF ranking. So we wanted to talk about the NIRF ranking also for the, you know, people, I think that the teachers that have come, you know, the professors, the associate professors, the assistant professors that are representing the colleges here, I think would love to hear about how, you know, we can progress due to on the NIRF ranking and our NARC. Some of us are also going to face the, you know, the NAC new cycle of accreditation also. So please bear with us. We will try to fix it, and afterwards, if we cannot fix it right now, we will fix it during the break. And so a whole lot of other important speakers from abroad also, from Malaysia, from UK, from the US, they will be coming on later on also. So please bear with us. Let us check, fingers crossed, people behind me, if they have got it all right. I think we're going to be able to fix it during the lunch break. And we will have a vote of thanks. We will fix it during the lunch break, and definitely we must hear from our keynote speaker because it's so important, and of course for all the others as well.
So now we will proceed with the vote of thanks. Professor Zaithanzava Patswao, he is the Director, Center for Distance and Online Education, MZU.
Respected Chairperson, Professor H.K. Laldin Pui Fente, Director, Office for International Affairs, Mizoram University, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mizoram University, Professor Dibakar Chandra Dika, our special guests from the state of Mizoram, Pu Vanlaldina Fanai, and Pukelal mga Izwala, our keynote speakers in this session, Srimati Muanpui Sayoy, Joint Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, and Professor Sushma Yadav, Vice Chancellor, Central University of Haryana, Deans of schools, heads of department, principals of college, research scholars and students from ISOL. So on behalf of the Office for International Affairs, Mizoram University, and also on behalf of the Mizoram University fraternity, I'd like to convey our heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, who is the Vice Chancellor of Mizoram University, for his kind consent to grace the function at the last moment, and also financially supporting the event for today. So, sir, we are really thankful for making financial assistance and also technically supporting this event. And also I'd like to thank our heartfelt gratitude to the honorable these keynote speakers and Srimati Muanpui Sayoy, Indian Foreign Service, and also the Joint Secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, for your valuable and thought-provoking speech on this occasion. I'd like to mention that under the Ministry of External Affairs and through the Indian Council of Cultural Relations, we are getting the sponsorship of foreign students who are studying in this university by offline mode and also online mode. So some are here in this campus, and also some foreign students are in Pachunga University College, and also by online mode there are more than 600 students across 12 African countries and from Afghanistan. So we thank the Ministry of External Affairs for supporting the education for many countries. I'd like to convey our heartfelt thanks to the representative of the Chief Minister, Pu Vanlal진 Fanai, for making available information on the internationalization of the higher educational institution and making this event a success. And also I'd like to convey our heartfelt thanks to Pu Kailan Mangaizwala, who is the representative of the Minister of Higher and Technical Education, Government of Mizoram, for making this event success. As we know that because of the pronunciation of the model code of conduct, both the Chief Minister and the Minister of Higher and Technical Education could not turn up this event, though we are eagerly waiting for their coming, but in the last minute, then we have to cancel their presence. So luckily, we have their representative from the state government. Because of their presence, our event is successful. I like to convey our heartfelt thanks to the deans of schools, heads of department, the principals of colleges within ISOL, and also the research scholars and the students who are present here. Because of your presence, today's event is successful, and also I like to convey our heartfelt gratitude for this event so that you can benefit from today's event in your future career. And last but not the least, I'd like to convey our heartfelt thanks to the volunteers
and all the workers who are arranging this event for the successful this integration of this function. And last, greater deeds remain. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Zaitanzava. And with that, we conclude our inauguration program. We thank everyone for your participation and the online participants as well. And lunch is served for the students. You can go down to the basement, lunch will be served, and for the rest of the participants,